All right, guys. Happy Monday. Welcome back. Welcome to the Unconventional Mindset. Or I guess maybe that's going to be the name of the podcast now. Maybe this live stream will have a new name. I don't know. I'm not so sure. But anyways, happy Monday. Great to see you here. Leo, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Hope you had a good weekend. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. Super busy and just super excited, actually. I think I've kind of, I don't know exactly how to describe this, but not found my calling in a sense, but finally found something that I'm doing now that's truly seems to really be kind of motivating me to work as hard as I can and to just get at it and just actually have fun doing it, which is kind of developing this whole podcast. So with all that being said, we're going to get into this today because tomorrow is we scheduled it for our launch day, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that we need to do to actually, I guess, get the podcast live and put out there into the world. So I figured this would be a little cool behind the scenes thing to see how we can make sure that we get our podcast distributed across all the different platforms. And I decided to go with Buzzsprout for this. Maybe I could zoom in here a little bit. Oh, that's the wrong window here. So Buzzsprout is a podcasting platform hosting company, I guess. I'm not exactly sure how to describe it. I used to go to Simplecast before for my other hosting, but it's kind of the same thing. I don't know if they're as popular anymore or whatever. But anyways, I decided to go with Buzzsprout just because, I don't know. I just want something that works, that's supposedly easy to operate. Might not be the cheapest thing, but anyways, deciding to go with them. Okay, so I just started this account. I didn't do anything because I figured we could do it on this live stream here, is to get some episodes dialed in. And what we can also do as well too is I created a TikTok account, and I actually already had an Instagram account, but I didn't post anything. So we have an Instagram as well too. And we have our new YouTube channel, which is for the Unconventional Mindset for the podcast. And I think if we click here, here we can see it here. So we got to load up all of our content onto here. And geez, what can I show you guys? So I can guess we go here. So here's what we have initially is we have the 3 videos that we've shot. So those are the video podcasts. And then we have the audio podcast versions as well, just in wave form. And we have our 3 video thumbnails as well too. So on top of that too, there's also clips. So where clips? I don't have clips yet, but we have shorts. So we have all these shorts that I've taken away from the episodes as well too. So those are going to be our social media content, I guess, for the for the next week as we kind of promote the episode. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to go. But yeah, anyway, so that's that. So let's start. Actually, maybe let's just start here with YouTube, since I know how to do YouTube pretty easily. So let's get our feet wet in this one and I don't know, make ourselves feel pretty good about what we're doing. And I do have some stuff here, some timestamps and descriptions for the actual episode. So let's give that a try. Oh shoot, I didn't even think of titles yet. So we're gonna need to think of titles. Okay, so let's create, I guess, our first episode. We want to upload, I guess. We want to upload a video, and I do have this channel set up so that it should be able to handle videos over 10 minutes long or 50 minutes long. Let's hope, anyways. I guess we'll find out soon enough if the channel is set up correctly. So, okay, so let's take our first episode and let's drag and drop this in. Okay, so it looks like we're good. It's going to be uploading the video, which is nice. 19 minutes left. So this is probably going to take a while. So we do have a thumbnail. So I think we're allowed to upload a thumbnail, which we are. So let's go. Where do we want to go? I think we need to go here actually. And podcasts and the thumbnail. Okay. So that's the thumbnail. So we don't have any playlists, so we should probably create a playlist. A new podcast? I guess it's a podcast, eh? A podcast is a type of playlist. That makes sense. So we'll just call it Unconventional Mindset. Thumbnail. We need a... Okay, this is interesting. Description. It's kind of the same as the title. I'm not sure. what we should put here. So Leo, I am also planning on making a new YouTube channel, but I have been programming Alluri, and it's now code editor with a lot of features. So yeah, so are you wanting to do a YouTube channel that has to do with programming? So you can actually kind of promote what it is that you're doing with Alluri? Let me know. That'd be kind of cool. I'm sure I could imagine there'd be interest in those types of videos to show the behind the scenes of how you're actually going about programming something like that. Yeah, that is true. Okay, cool. So that'll be kind of cool. So don't get stuck too much in the planning phase and go into the executing phase. That's one thing. It's going to be a theme too. If you ever watch any of these podcasts that I've just done up that are going to be going live, of course, the idea is to talk to, resonate with people that are wanting to kind of get into business. And a big theme from everyone was execution and, just going out and actually getting the work done and don't waste too much time in the planning phase. So it's very interesting. Okay, thumbnail. Let's upload this thumbnail. Geez, where can we get a thumbnail? I think we can get a thumbnail. Hang on a second. Yeah, it's a square thumbnail. Maybe that'll work. Okay. So that's just a podcast thumbnail that I made. Public, yeah. So what do we have for a description? I think we just have weekly conversations with interesting people that can teach us how to live a better life. Or not how to live, but it's kind of, that can, let's say, inspire to build a better life. Right. Okay. We'll create that playlist. Okay, done for that. No, it's not made for kids. Description, title. Okay, I don't know what to do with the titles here for these new episodes. So we're going to have to think what we can do with titles. But for now, maybe we'll put in a placeholder. Yeah, shoot, I haven't thought of titles. That's probably going to be something that's important. So, but before we do that, though, let's at least do some of this chapter stuff. I'm just copying from my Word document. We're going to paste that in there. Okay. Okay, so we got the chapters. So this is it. Very simple. I'm not wanting to get too complicated right now with the description. I don't think I will anyways. It's just introduce the guest and then have the links for the guest. And then obviously one of the big call to actions is probably get people to be, I want to get people on the website and I want to get people onto the newsletter. That's the biggest thing. I mean, there's nothing to this right now because there's so much to do here, guys. It's like, it's amazing, but there's only so much we can do. So, all the podcast episodes are going to be on here eventually. And this probably will change to the Unconventional Mindset instead of my name. I'm not even sure yet. We'll see. But anyways, this is the only thing that people can do. It's love to get people onto the newsletter. So yeah, so that's why it's promoted there. But then that's pretty much it. And then yeah, just website, and there's Instagram, and then the podcast clips. There's another YouTube channel where all the clips are going to go on to. So we can have that discussion at some point if you're interested in knowing why I decided to go with a YouTube channel dedicated just for the long form content and have another channel dedicated just for the short form content. So I've been doing watching lots of videos and doing some research that's figuring out what's the pros and cons of having each, like having everything on one channel and separating them out. So I decided to have them separated. So basically the idea is that short form content can sometimes hurt the reach of your long form content because the audiences that like to watch short form content are not necessarily the audience that like to consume long form content. And what I want for this channel, I only want to have people subscribe to this channel that are actually actively engaged in consuming long form content so that they're going to be on the channel and they're actually going to be watching all the videos. So I'm going to have, I want to have good numbers on the channel, which will tell YouTube that yes, people like this content, and then it could, hopefully spread it out to as many people as possible. That's the idea behind that. Okay. So yeah, we need a title. So placeholder title for Stephanie. Okay. So yeah, no, it's not made for kids. It was age restriction. No, I don't want to age restrict. There's no paid promotions or anything like that. Okay, so let's go next. So add end screen. We don't want to do any of that stuff. We're just gonna go next. Okay, check for. Okay, there's no audio or anything, so I'm not thinking that there's going to be any. Well, there's audio obviously of the actual dialogue, but there's no music or anything, so there shouldn't be any copyright stuff. So I think now we're going to schedule this. So we want to release tomorrow, but what time tomorrow? So I'm actually having someone into the studio to record another episode tomorrow morning. So I wonder if we should do something like lunchtime or in the morning. Like, do I want to be present when it goes live? Like, how do we want to do this? Yeah, I don't know. Let's go. February 4th is tomorrow, right? Yeah, today's the 3rd. Let's go with noon. Let's set it for now, and then if we want to change it, excuse me, then we can change it. But noon is good for right now. Okay, so we'll do that. February 4th at noon. Right. Okay, so we'll schedule that. Keep this browser tab open until it finishes uploading. Okay, does that mean I can close this, but I have to keep the tab open? Okay, so I don't know if that means I could go and create another episode then. But it just needs to be, maybe just needs to go like the tab itself. Okay. So we have to do that 2 more times for 2 more videos. But while this is doing its uploading thing, it's halfway done. Let's go on to Buzzsprout and see if we can upload the episode here. And then if we can connect it so that it's going to send out the podcast to like Spotify and Apple. And Spotify is actually a little bit of a different thing because, yeah, I'm not sure how we want to do this because we want to have the videos to be playing in Spotify as well too. So that's going to be interesting. Okay, so let's upload a new episode. And I just want to drag. We have our own episode here. Audio. Right, let's drag. Let her rip. Okay. Okay, we definitely want to schedule this for future release. So our thing is at 12 p.m., right? So if we go back to description, what can we put in here for descriptions? Looks like we can still do emojis. But I don't want to put timestamps on here because I don't know if that comes through. So yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what we should do with these descriptions here. Because I know this is what gets sent into Apple as well. All right, let's go to see more options. Custom tags. What can we? I guess we should tag this as something, right? Ooh, what could we tag this as? You know what? I'll worry about the tags later. That's not even that important right now. So we do need an episode title. Man, now I'm put on the spot. I'm not good at coming up with titles. Okay, let me see. What did we talk? Well, we talked about lots of different things. I think I have a Word document here that summarizes things. Let me see if I could tease out a good title. I think something about confidence, like something, because she talks a lot about confidence in this video. Say confidence is the #1 skill. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be the final title, but I'm just going to put something in for now. I'm going to take a look at other people's titles and just kind of see how people do. Like, do they put the episode number in the title itself? Like, I'm not sure exactly how to go here. Okay, so schedule for future. So what? Save these details. Okay, on February 4th at 12 p.m., your episode will be live on the website, available in your RSS feed, playable in your embed players, available in directories. So this is where we really, I guess the time of launch will be dependent on when we're going to be able to put these things in other directories. So let's close that window. So it's like still processing. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to have to come back and just check out what's going to happen to this processing. And then again, next or tomorrow, when we're going to be able to actually have the RSS feed and be able to send it to Apple. And we're also going to need to set up an Apple ID as well too. Let's go to directories. Okay, so complete this checklist to get your podcast listed in podcast directories. Okay, so we're going to have it actually published. So it's going to, that makes sense because there's going to need to be something for Apple and Spotify or whoever, like I guess the Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, to have something to pull out, right? So that makes sense. So I guess we're not going to be able to do that today. Maybe we'll have to do that like tomorrow or whatever. Don't worry, you can make changes to all this. Yeah, okay. Okay, no problem. So now I'll need to upload another episode, but I only have 2 hours left, so I'm not going to be able to do that. How much? Okay, I'm going to have to upgrade. I'm going to need to have at least this one. 6 hours a month. I'm probably going to have to go on to this one. 12 hours a month. One episode is about an hour and a little bit. One is an hour and a half. And one is a little over 2 hours. So that's 2, 3, 4. That's already 4. It's almost 5 hours in 3 episodes. So maybe 6 I can get by for a month. That's going to be interesting. I'm going to have to upgrade. Okay. Let's go back to YouTube. Oh, this is 6 minutes left. Okay, so that's okay. So while that's uploading, let's just take a minute here and let's think about all the things that still needs to get done or that needs to get done. Actually, let me, maybe what we can do, we could just make a quick list here. Let's go into, no, not that document. Let's go into this document here. Let's just make a quick list of, let's zoom in a bit. things to do. Okay. So what else do we need to do? So we need to upload remaining episodes to YouTube and Buzzsprout. We need to come up with episode titles. We need to do that. We need to... So once Buzzsprout is live, we need to send, or let's say, I don't know, connect with Apple, Spotify, etc. So that's not all going to be able to be done in one day. So I'm not sure how long that's going to take, but at least the episodes will be available like on YouTube. Okay. What else do I need to do? Okay. So then I need to, maybe I should just say this, schedule release of all short form content. So like I said, I have about, how many do I have? So if I go in here, I have 35 short videos from those 3 podcasts. So I need to release them over the week on Instagram and on TikTok. I did start a TikTok account, even though I can't stand TikTok personally, but we'll see what happens. Especially if younger people are there. It's not a bad idea to get younger people in there that are going to be interested, in entrepreneurship. Hopefully they're on there. I imagine they are. So, but yeah, if we want to release 35, let me just divide that by 7. So 35 divided by 7, that's 5. So that's 5 pieces of content I could publish a day, will last for kind of the whole week. So that's interesting. So I might do something like that, schedule 5 pieces of shorts to go live every single day. I don't know if I could schedule it, if I have to do it manually. I don't know about that. Outside of YouTube, I don't use social media. Oh, that's another thing. Actually, I should probably put Twitter on here, right? I should probably put Twitter. Yeah, so... how does it go? Is it just like x.com? I don't even know. I got to find out what my actual URL is. I think it's something like that. And then... I don't know. Somebody that's more social media savvy will kind of correct me on that if that's the right URL. I think it is. Okay. So what else do we need to do? Come up with blah, 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 upload remaining episodes. Need titles. It's just going to go live automatically on Buzzsprout. Same thing with on YouTube. Then we're going to schedule a release. And then I think really it's just... so I guess tell everyone I know. Tell everyone and send out email to friends, family, network. Because I want to wait until it's available on Apple and Spotify and all that stuff before I reach out to let everyone know that everything is kind of like live and ready to go, right? So I think we'll let it sit for, hopefully it won't take too long for things to get onto Apple and onto Spotify. And then once that's good, then we'll be ready to tell everybody. So I think that's the game plan. Is there anything else that I'm missing? What else do I need? I think everything is good. Do we need anything? No, we have our thumbnails. Our thumbnails are okay. I'm trying to think. I think we have everything. I think we're going to have to purchase the hosting, of course. That's another thing. So let's put that on the list. So I'll do that I'll do that offline in a sense because I know I'm going to flash my credit card because that's just the kind of one of those things that I know I'm going to do. And yeah, and then I think it's, oh, right. And then once that's connected, is connected, I need to replace audio with video. So there's a trade-off when it comes to this. So one thing that I've been researching is how to get your video podcast onto Spotify. And with this RSS feed, like in Buzzsprout or Simplecast or whatever you're using to kind of host your podcast and distribute it for you, it distributes the audio version to all these different platforms, and the audio version will get picked up by Spotify automatically. But you have to log into Spotify specifically if you want to go ahead and add in a video to that specific podcast. So you can do that on an individual basis. You can't just upload a video somewhere and it's going to automatically get connected to Spotify unless you're using Spotify itself as the distributor. So the downside to that is that within the Buzzsprout analytics, when we're going to be going into Buzzsprout and checking, the weekly downloads or what have you, the counts for how many people are downloading on Spotify are not going to be included anymore because they're not going to be using that RSS feed to be able to download the actual audio, right? It's going to be just taking the video from Spotify itself. So we're going to have analytics in 2 different places. Well, maybe 3 really, because there's going to be the YouTube analytics, then there's going to be on Buzzsprout, and then there's going to be the analytics on Spotify. So I'm not too concerned about that just because it's just kind of analytics, which just kind of shows you, who's downloading and whatever. I'm not exactly sure how in-depth these analytics are, but right now I'm just really focused and concerned about putting out the best possible content that I can. So and just really bring on engaging guests that we can have just great conversations that you guys are going to love to hear. So that's what I'm really focused on right now. So I'm not going to worry too much about analytics. Of course, it's going to be important to know, am I growing or not, right? So that's going to be important, but yeah, it's not nothing that's critical right now. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else that I'm missing here. If there is, do let me know. So I think we're pretty good. All right, let's see what we got going on now. Okay, your video will be set to publish. Okay, so now it's processing. So it's already uploaded. So, okay, so I think we can close this. Okay, visibility is pending, so that's fine. So I don't need to search introducing podcasts in studio. I'll create and manage podcasts in studio. Okay, that's kind of cool. All right, so let's upload another video. We got to go back here. And video number 2. All right, thumbnail. All right. Oh, wait, did I put this in podcast? Or I just did a video. I think I put it at the right spot. Oh, now I can't remember. Did I create a new podcast? Or was it just like a video? Does it matter? Oh, now I don't know. Oh, geez, now I'm nervous. Okay. Okay, let's do this timestamp stuff. Episode 2. Right. Oh. All right. Let's copy, paste in there. Let's go back here. Let's copy this one here. I think we put that at the end. And then there's one more thing to add in. Whoops. Right here. And there's no URL for this episode for Mike. Okay. No, not meant for kids. We'll have to come up with a better title. Gonna hit next. Next again. Next. And we're gonna schedule for 12 o'clock. I think that's what we put. Did we schedule? Oh, I hope we did. Now I'm concerned if I didn't. Okay. So let's schedule that one. Okay. I did at 4 o'clock. Or at February 4th at 12. Okay. So yeah, I did upload videos, but I didn't go new podcast. I guess we don't want a new podcast. Like, what is this? Okay, that's create a new podcast. Okay. Hang on. Interesting. Okay. All right, that's still uploading. Okay, so let's just do our third one. It looks like we can upload more than one at a time, which is kind of nice. Oh, it's this video file, so it looks like we can do multiple at a time. Oh, that's good to know. Okay. And here's our last one. And that's done. No, not made for kids. And our description. Let's paste that one in since we know it's already in the on the clipboard. Okay, episode 3. I'm going to copy that. Paste that in. Move that. Now let's get the chapters. And the connection. Okay. Perfect. I think that's good. We're going to hit next. Next. It'll check when it's done. We're going to schedule. Oh, interesting. It's Premiere. Okay, well, we're not going to do that since no one's subscribed to this channel right now. And we're going to schedule. All right. There we go. So that's pretty good. What else do we need to do? Like I said, We gotta go to Buzzsprout, and I need to update it before I'm going to even be allowed to upload another video, because the first one, you can look right here. This is an hour and 31 minutes. So to go over 2 hours, I need to bump up to the next plan. So we're going to have to pay. So yeah, I think let's go over the list again. Yeah, we'll just upload the remaining episodes. Got to purchase our hosting, episode titles. Yep. I might move up the time. I think I might move it up to just maybe first thing in the morning or pretty early in the morning. We'll move it up. And then maybe in the afternoon, I could have everything moved over onto Apple and Spotify, and then work the video. So then in the afternoon, I could start to email people that things are live. Because maybe it might take a few hours once the RSS feed is all set up with Buzzsprout. Maybe I might do that. So anyways, I'll think a little bit about what's going to be the best strat. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I'll move everything up, probably release it on YouTube in the morning. So then it's just done in the morning as well, maybe like 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. or something like that. And then, yeah, because give me a couple hours while we're filming another episode here in the studio tomorrow. So yeah, something like that. Okay. So I think I'm going to leave it here. Leo, thank you so much for joining. I much appreciate it. Always great to see you here on the podcast. If anybody has any questions or what have you, if you're watching this in the into the future, I'm hoping in 2 years from now, we're at over 100 episodes on the Unconventional Mindset, and we're still going strong and just kind of ramping up and bringing on guests that really help us push us through the limits of what we think we could never have accomplished. And we end up accomplishing things, beyond our wildest dreams. That's kind of my hopes and my goals for that podcast, is to really get everyone to push through the pain and push through the self-doubt and the insecurities and all that, everything that goes with trying to start a business and make it successful. So we got to push through all that kind of pain and sweat and suffering and all that kind of stuff. And just talk to other people that have experienced it before or that are going through it, and to know that we're not alone, and that there's room for all of us to be successful out there in the world. So yeah, really looking forward to it, and we'll see where this goes. All right, that's it for me for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll probably touch base sometime towards the end of the week, just to kind of check in and see how things are going with the podcast, and maybe let you guys know kind of how the launch went, and yeah, I don't know, just to talk about it, I guess. All right, that's it for me. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. I much appreciate it. As always, I'll be back here for another live stream, maybe on Monday, maybe before then. I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys, have a good one. We'll see you next time.